Hey guys, I'm here at E3 with Chris Roberts. You guys are showing off Arena Commander.
Yep, we are. So we released it last week. This is V0.8, so it's not the full feature set of Arena Commander yet, because that will be when we have everybody playing on multiplayer head-to-head, plus we got a couple of game modes are in. But we wanted to get it to everyone's hands now because everyone was getting kind of impatient, and it's actually kind of good to get it out there and basically road test it and get feedback. So it's been pretty busy last few days. So.
Yeah. So after hitting this milestone, can you kind of give us an overview of what's next for the game?
Well, okay. So we need to we're at V0.8, so we got to move all the way to 1.0, which would mean all the everyone that's alpha dogfight eligible, which I think we got about over 250,000 people that are, will be able to play on servers, all the rest, which is it's like doing a real product launch. This is not like early alpha stuff. So there's a whole bunch of engineering stuff that we're having to deal with now that maybe you wouldn't have done until later, but it's good because it'll make it better for the ultimate game. So then once we get to there, we start to iterate on the dogfight. This is the single seater ships. More of the ships will come online, but the next part of it will be the multi-crew ships, like the Constellation, the Freelancer, some of the bigger ones beyond that, where you can walk around your ship while flying, get in a turret while someone else is flying. And that'll be Arena Commander 2.0, which will probably be towards the end of the year. And then the next module that we're going to show is the first-person shooter part. So the combat, which is really sort of boarding other ships, also sort of zero-G combat, which we've been working on. And we're planning probably the tentative place that we're going to reveal it is PAX Australia, where we're going to go to show that. So that should be pretty cool. Then after that, the next thing that we will sort of show of the components of the game is the Planetside Module, the first iteration of that, which will allow you to sort of in your hangar, open a door, go out, walk around like a Planetside environment, go into a shop, buy, sell stuff, go into a bar, talk to some people, maybe see some other players. And then after that, we're going to it'll be between Squadron 42, which is a single-player game, which is in production right now. The UK is focusing mostly on that, our UK studio, Foundry 42. And because that is a story game, we can't really sort of show like early alpha builds of it. So what we're going to do is make it more episodic. So it's going to be like a mini series. So there's 50 missions overall in the Squadron 42 story, and we're going to do 5 episodes basically of 10 missions each. And that's going to start rolling out next year, sort of middle of the next year onwards. And so there'll be probably a break of a month or 2 months between them. And then while we're doing that, also the first part of the Persistent Universe alpha will be there, where you'll be able to basically start on a planet, get in your ship, take off, buy, sell stuff, go to another planet, land, sell it, and that'll probably start with just one system, and then it will grow to 4 systems, and then onwards, and then we'll just keep adding the sort of content and polishing it and finishing out some of the functionality and features until basically the whole game's done, which will be, I'm guessing, backers will be able to run around the Persistent Universe by the end of next year, but probably what we call official and public release will be sort of middle of 2016, because I think there'll just be a lot of like polishing and tweaking, but pretty much everyone on the backer side will be able to be doing Persistent Universe stuff next year towards the end of it.
All right, well, thanks for that comprehensive overview. There's a lot going on. I'm specifically curious about Planetside stuff. I'm trying to get a better sense of what kind of depth you're expecting there. Like, do you expect like permanent player housing and things like that?
So we are planning to allow people to have real estate. We are planning them to allow to get economic nodes. I'm not sure that we're necessarily going to do it right at the top. So that may be something that comes like after, like we say, okay, it's all good. That may be V1.1 or something like that. But it's in the plans. We are working on that. We're doing the support for that. The other thing we're going to do on Planetside is, it's a full first-person engine, so you won't be just walking around buying, selling, and talking to people. There will be limited amounts of combat down there. So you could, if you're on a shady, outlaw base or something, or a planet, and you go down a dark alley, you potentially can get, jumped by, some ruffians, and you'll have to fight them off. So there'll be sort of PvE, some PvE first-person shooter-style encounters on Planetside, and also, you can go and, explore wrecks in space, and so who knows, you get it down a wreck, and there could be some pirates waiting to jump you, or some scrabbly little creature that jumps out of the ceiling. So we're going to do those kind of things, that sort of fun things, because it will make the world sort of feel richer. Because the idea is you should just sort of feel like, it's high fidelity down on the planet. You get into your ship and you fly, and it's high fidelity out in space. So that's the goal. It's super crazy. It's super ambitious. Lots of people are working on it. And anyway, it's good that everyone's backed us. Thank you, everyone out there that's watching this has backed us, because it is enabling us to do something that I don't think any publisher would be crazy enough to do. I mean, I think I went to EA or Microsoft and said I need $45 million to make a space game. They'd probably go, on PC, they would go, get out of town. So it's fun. I'm having a good time.
That's terrific that PC gamers have made that possible. Do you have a count of how many people are working on the game right now?
Well, right now we have 268 people, but half of them are on staff and half of them are on contract. So a lot, basically. Not as much as the Halos or the Destinies or the Call of Duties of the world or the Assassin's Creed, but for a PC game, I think it's a fair amount. It's partly because it's such a big game, and it's really like 4 games in one, right? There's a space side dogfighting, then you've got the first-person shooter, then you've got like the planet side economy and trading, and then we've got this capital ship stuff where you can run big ships, and you and your friends can sort of co-op fly these big ships around. So it's just and the single-player game. So there you go, 5 games, crazy. So yeah, it's a lot. So it needs a big team.
So with that scope and all the like various experiences, like what would you say are the biggest technical challenges to making all that fit together? Is it netcode? Is it persistent servers? Is it?
It's definitely the back end. So it's making the multiplayer netcode and the persistent universe, the data side of that all work well. Because we got all these different levels, right? We have a universe that we need to store all the persistent data, but we got different levels of fidelity, right? So like where people are in different sections, we've got like 3 different levels of servers. So we got a global universe server that handles everything, and then we have system servers that like basically look at what's happening in the system, and they act as sort of like dynamic matchmakers. So they know, oh, you're flying from here to here, and you're flying from here to here. Oh, you guys are going to basically cross paths. So they'll take those 2 people and say, okay, hand them off to an actual game server, and the game server is the thing that does the every frame update, which is like if we're playing Arena Commander, that is what would be you'd be connected to fight other people with. So there's game servers, system servers, and then the universe server. And so we spent a lot of time we still got a lot more work to do, but that's a lot of what the effort's been put into, is a lot of this sort of back end stuff and building a lot of the system stuff that maybe everyone can't appreciate on the just in the front end here, but there's a lot of like system work that's already happened that's going to enable some of the things that we need to make this huge game work.
Understood. And finally, I got a chance to play with the Oculus Rift Dev Kit 2 today. It looked really good. Where does that fit in your guys' plans?
We support Oculus Rift right now. You could put Oculus Rift on and fly the Arena Commander. So we still got a few things that we got to. There's like some of our HUD stuff only works in one of the eyes, so we got to fix it up, and that will all be working for V1.0. But yeah, you can fly right now. I mean, we have like the DK2, the HD set. So we run around, and it's really kind of cool because you can look around. Like when you're playing like on a gamepad, like here, your right stick is like looking around, left stick's flying, but that's kind of like, it's kind of like it's like doing this, right? It's hard to pat your head and rub your toe. Whereas when you're in Oculus Rift, you're flying with a joystick, you look around like that, it's pretty natural. And as you look around, it's like an Apache helicopter where the gimbal guns track your look. So it's pretty cool. So we'll support Track IO. That support isn't in yet, but Oculus Rift already is in, and we're constantly improving it. So we're looking forward to using sort of the Crystal Cove stuff where it's more positional head tracking. And then I'm hoping that they're going to get their resolution better, because my one complaint with Rift is, even with the HD set, it's still not enough. You basically need at least 2 1080p's on each eye. I'm pretty sure that, they say that's definitely something they're saying they're all focusing on, and it's really going to be a matter of can they source panels and all that. So with the money of Facebook, then they probably have a lot better chance of being able to deliver a higher resolution, because I do think with Oculus Rift you need the resolution as well as the lack of input lag for it to really work. So it's right now it's really cool, but it's not quite as cool as it can be. So get the higher resolution, and then I think it'll be pretty awesome.
All right, Chris. Well, thanks for checking in with us.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank everyone out there that is a Backstar citizen. And hey, talk to you soon.
Yeah, I'll see you at PAX.
All right, see you at PAX.